Good morning. How are you? What's going on? Do tell. Hey y'all. So I am here, busting down my client house. Tired. I don't know what I'm doing. I ain't never worked like this before in my life. I don't deserve this type of treatment. Jeez, I don't deserve this. All I'm gonna say is I'm tired. And I think after the day, I'm going to hang it up. I ain't doing this no more. Y'all know I done woke up from that dream, right? I can see. Yes. So, what do y'all think about toxic relationships? What do you do if you're in a toxic relationship? What do you do if you're in a relationship that's jeopardizing your peace and your sanity? You leave. Of course, that's what we're going to say, but that's not always what happens. So, if we're going to take matters into our own hand and then we're going to find a way to get out, we may need help. So sometimes your family is the help that you need, or a friend that pays attention to you, or, whatever battle you're going through. So, a lot of times it's ignored, especially if the person is staying with someone that's toxic or they're not getting out of the situation. And you could have talked to them, you could have told them, what they need to do as a friend. But sometimes you have to be that person that constantly reminds them, because it's a lot of toxic situations that ends people's lives. And I just heard some bad news. And I know that, I talk to my daughter especially all the time, just reminding her that you got to look out for you, and you are the best advocate for you, and you. So telling them is good, but reminding them and giving them confirmation is what's needed. Our children are very vulnerable, and our children are a target for Satan, for those that are God-fearing, and just for this world in general. You don't even have to believe in God to know that things in the world and, what used to be is not the same. And since that's the case, we have to, let our kids know about our past experiences, what is done to us, the damage is done to us, so that they don't make those same mistakes. It's like a lot of times I get, I don't want her to know about, what I used to do, because she might use it against me. Like, that's the number one reason. I'm looking like, baby, you ain't perfect. And since that's the case, you had room for error. You didn't come to be the person you are by a stroke of luck or just because you was good all your life. You had some challenges along the way. And whichever way you chose to work those challenges out, good for you. But share those experiences with your children. Your children need to know, you may or may not help them prevent from hitting a brick wall. But if you've told them and something bad does happen to them, at the end of the day, you can rest, or have like a good conscience saying, I tried, you did attempt to do some things with that child or for that child. So just be sure to do that, because a lot of bad things are happening to the youth. They are selling themselves short for men and for women, and they're finding easy ways out to deal with these situations that they're going through. And a lot of times they're, doing it on their own because they don't feel like they have people to talk to or a trusted individual that they can, confide in to share that information with. So that's where, we come into play. That's where we leave the door open, that open line of communication where they're comfortable knowing, hey, if I'm going through this and I know I made some dumb mistakes or some bad choices, this person is going to listen to me. They're my outlet, and that's what they need. And it doesn't have to be you as a parent, but you need to do your, your due diligence to let that child know about life in general. And it ain't always going to be pretty, but a lot of times they put themselves in situations that makes it very difficult. So sharing that with them may, like I say, may or may not but you are the preventative because you are the parent, and that's your job. And you had them children, and they didn't ask to be here, so you got to do what you were supposed to do for them. So with all that being said, do what you got to do for them, because we are losing our children at such a fast rate to this world, and they just feel like the grass is just green on that other side, and they want to see for themselves, and they grown and you can't tell them nothing, and that's not always good. So parents, do your part, save a child's life. And if you see somebody else's child doing it, do your part, help save them too, because you never know, they may not have that parent there like you're being there. So you might have to do more than just your family, do others too. Okay, this is Angel's Cleaning Service, just sharing a little bit with y'all. You know, bad news is a wake-up call sometimes. You know, it's just what you need to reinforce what's already within you to help you keep going, so that, you know, you can learn from the tragedy that happened with someone else, and then you can share that, and hopefully that is that awakening for the person that may or may not be dealing with something. Prevention is very important. All right, bye y'all.